Hello everyone, my name is Vapi Napatasari. In this video, I will explain material about taxpayer rights and obligations. Taxpayer rights. Taxpayer rights are the rights held by taxpayers that are granted by tax laws and regulations. These rights aim to protect taxpayers in carrying out their tax obligations and to ensure that tax collection is carried out fairly and transparently. 1. Right to information. Taxpayers have the right to receive clear, accurate, and easily accessible information regarding tax regulations, tax calculations, and other tax obligations. The government through the tax authorities is required to provide open information, either through websites, tax service offices, or other official information channels. 2. Right to fair treatment. Taxpayers have the right to be treated fairly and without discrimination, regardless of economic status, religion, or other background. Tax authorities must carry out their duties with integrity, transparency, and respect for taxpayer rights. 3. Right to privacy and data confidentiality. Taxpayers' financial information and personal data must be kept confidential by the tax authorities and may not be used for purposes other than tax administration. If a violation occurs, taxpayers can file a lawsuit or complaint for breached confidentiality. 4. Right to ask questions and consultation. Taxpayers have the right to consult with tax officers regarding their tax obligations. Tax officers or tax consultants must provide clear information and help taxpayers understand the tax process. 5. Right to file objections and appeals. If taxpayers feel that the amount of tax set is inappropriate or there is an error, taxpayers have the right to file an objection. After the objection process, if taxpayers still feel disadvantaged, they have the right to file an appeal to the tax court. 6. Right to refund of excess tax, restitution. If there is an excess tax payment, taxpayers have the right to a refund according to applicable procedures. The restitution process must be completed within the specified time without any unreasonable delays. 7. Right to postponement and installment of tax payments. Under certain conditions, taxpayers can apply for a postponement of payment or payment of tax in installments if they are experiencing financial difficulties. Taxpayer obligations. Taxpayer obligations are responsibilities that must be fulfilled by every taxpayer in order to support state financing. This obligation is also regulated in tax regulations with the aim of maintaining compliance and fairness in tax collection. 1. Registering as a taxpayer. Every individual or business entity that meets the requirements as a taxpayer is required to register with the tax office and obtain a taxpayer identification number, NPWP. NPWP is used for identification in all tax matters. 2. Calculating the amount of tax payable correctly. Taxpayers are required to calculate the tax payable in accordance with applicable provisions, without manipulation or fraud. This calculation includes income, tax deductions, tax credits, and other tax calculations. 3. Paying taxes on time. Taxes owed must be paid in accordance with the times set by the regulations. Delays in paying taxes may be subject to fines or interest. 4. Reporting income and taxes, SPT. Every taxpayer is required to submit a tax return, SPT, periodically, usually annually for individual taxpayers or monthly for companies. The SPT must contain accurate data regarding income, expenses, assets, and other liabilities related to tax obligations. 5. Maintain and store documents properly. Taxpayers must keep all documents related to tax calculations and reporting, including proof of transactions, tax invoices, financial statements, and other supporting documents. These documents are needed to facilitate audits or verification by the tax authorities. 6. Provide accurate information to the tax authorities. Taxpayers must provide complete and correct information to the tax authorities. If there is a change in data, such as address or financial status, taxpayers must immediately update the information. 7. Comply with tax audits or inspections. Taxpayers must cooperate if the tax authorities conduct an inspection or audit. This inspection aims to verify the accuracy of the information that has been reported in the tax return. Taxpayers must provide the requested documents and information and comply with the audit procedures according to the provisions. Conclusion: taxpayer rights and obligations are an important part of a fair and transparent tax system. By understanding these rights and obligations, taxpayers can carry out their tax responsibilities properly, while the tax authorities are required to ensure protection and fairness in the tax collection process. Through a better understanding of tax rights and obligations, it is hoped that public participation in paying taxes will increase, which will have a positive impact on the development and welfare of the country.